what I mean? Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, all the boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to a very hot and humid Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke alongside Zach Roseman, and we're glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we get you set for some boys soccer action as Collinsville gets ready to take on Belleville West in a Southwestern Conference matchup. First Southwestern Conference game of the year for both of these schools, and I consider this the home opener. I know there was a tournament was played here over the weekend, but I don't count tournaments as regular games, so therefore I'm saying this is the home opener for your Collinsville Kahok boys soccer team. And we welcome you in to the Chiropractic Works pregame show. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by my friend Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Kahawks under third-year head coach Rob Lugie come into this contest with a 1-2 mark. They lost their season opener that we had for you on the Kahawk Sports Network. That was at Chatham. Glenwood High School was where we were, and we lost that game by a score of 2-1. Rochester game got rained out Friday, along with everything else around the area Friday night. But they were able to play a couple on Saturday, and they beat Breeze Central at Alton by a score of 4-0, and then came back home and lost 3-0 to Triad. And here we are against Belleville West. The Maroons come in at 2-1 under their 10th-year head coach, Rob Thornberry. The Maroons, they started off the season by beating Highland at Freeburg by a score of 3-1. They then lost to Father McGivney. That game was played at Altoff, and that score was 2-1. And then on Saturday at Mascoutah, Belleville West won by a score of 1-0. So one team comes in at 1-2, the other one comes in at 2-1. And we can tell you that the JV version of your Collinsville Kahawks were victorious here this afternoon. That game just ended about 10 minutes ago, and Collinsville won that one by a score of 2-0. We had a chance a little bit earlier to catch up with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. We will pass that conversation along to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are at home for the first home soccer game, at least in my mind, of the year. I know that you all had a tournament out here and everything, but Southwestern Conference action as well, as Belleville West provides the opposition tonight for Collinsville. And joining us now on the pregame show is Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. Didn't get a chance to talk to you in Chatham at Glenwood High School, so we'll begin with finding out how your summer was, man. How was your summer?
It was good. It was busy between, soccer trainings, 3 days a week, trying to find time with family. It was not really restful.
All right, so did you have a chance to enjoy, number one, the Blues winning the Stanley Cup, and what do you think about us getting a new soccer team?
Well, for the Blues, I am not a hockey fan, so congratulations to them. But I didn't lose sleep on them any of those games. The MLS team, I'm excited about it. I'll be more excited as the years progress and we get closer. Right now, it's just tepid.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get excited when you don't even have a name or a team or a place to play or anything like that. Well, good. Glad you had a good summer. All right, you said 3 days a week practice. When you lose 14 seniors and you go all the way to state and finish in third place, I'm betting you wish you had more than just 3 days.
Yeah, well, the boys need a rest for me too. But while I enjoy training, it was nice just to go a couple days a week. We tried to get a bunch of stuff done in the limited time we had together. But you can only do so much when you're trying to, pick from a new group, kind of see new things, and you can only do so much in the amount of time you're given.
And I know that this is your third year, but this seems like this year you had to kind of like go from scratch almost because of how many guys you did lose.
Yeah, losing 10 starters definitely makes you have to rethink some things. Now, the boys that we bring back, we bring back 12 seniors. They're good soccer players. They're just inexperienced. So, getting them acclimated to playing at the speed of the varsity level is going to take a little bit of time. So hopefully we can kind of start to figure things out heading forward.
All right. Because I've only seen the one game, I'm going to go back to the Glenwood game. Seems like you guys, as the game progressed, you started to get some things figured out there, but it took a little bit to get there, didn't it?
Yeah, the first, let's say about 55, 60 minutes were not too great. But when about 20 minutes left, we really started to put things together and started to create goal opportunities. Too bad we only got one. There were times when I thought we were going to score a bunch. We're getting there when it comes to stuff like that. But when you lose, 30, 40 goals from 3 kids, it's going to be a challenge trying to replace that.
Yeah, and I thought Logan Rader, for the most part, did a good job. He made the initial shot right before both goals happened, and then they end up banking in off somebody.
Yeah, just not giving up rebounds and making sure we follow our men, all the way through is important. But again, it's a work in progress.
You've had a couple of more games since then. I know you're supposed to have 3, but one of them got washed away due to that weather we had Friday. So now you're 3 games in. Are things starting to become a little bit more focused for you and your team?
Yeah, I think, after Saturday's morning game, we saw some good things. Saturday's night game, we had some good moments and some not so good moments. But we're starting to kind of narrow in what we really need to focus on. And then, for the boys, I keep telling them, these are the games that matter. Conference games matter. If we can piece together something good tonight, it leads to Thursday against O'Fallon, and then hopefully we can get out a roll.
I noticed one of those games you got Carter Wagner in between the pipes for a little bit, give him some varsity experience.
Yeah, and Carter did great. Carter's really stepped up on the JV level and in training. He's doing a good job. It's good to get him minutes anytime we can.
All right, so 3 games in, I know it's not a lot to judge on, but in the 3 games, has anybody stepped up and showed you that leadership ability, and they're here for the long haul, and they're going to help you win?
Well, I think, whenever I think of a leader, I think of Spencer Vlasic. Spencer has been a varsity player this is his 3rd year now. He was a starter last year. He's had his high moments and his low moments, but kept fighting and kept trying to earn a spot. So if the kids can kind of follow his lead, I think we'll be okay.
All right, so you have Belleville West coming into town to open up the Southwestern Conference, which is different this year. You get to play everybody twice in the conference, and that's weird.
It is strange, but I'm kind of a fan of it. Anytime you get to play good opponents twice, and then it gives you a better opportunity to kind of steal a couple whenever it comes to conference games. We've had some run of bad luck in conference, only losing 1 game the past 2 years, and you lose conference after 5 games. It's kind of it's good to get an extra chance.
All right, so a little bit hot out here. I noticed on the way they said it was 90, but it felt like 98. You guys already have talked to the referees about getting in some built-in water breaks?
Not for the varsity game yet, but I'm sure it'll come. It's the kids' safety. That's the first priority. So, water breaks is a good thing if we need it.
What are you looking for from your guys tonight here in game number 4 of the season?
Playing simple, playing together, just a ton of communication, and putting together a solid game from the back forward.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Head Coach Rob Lugie of your Collinsville Kahawks will take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw the starting rosters your way and much more. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Next thing coming up for the Junior Service Club. Look for them to sell in that great toasted ravioli at the Italian Fest later this month.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahoks Sports Network. I'm Todd Duke. Zach Roseman will be on the camera a little bit later on here as we get you set for this game between Collinsville and Belleville West. Here are your starters for Belleville West. Quinn Van Horn, he will be between the pipes in one end of this Kahok Stadium. He will be the goalkeeper tonight. Quinn, 80 minutes so far on the year, so he's got one game under his belt while Daniel Richardson has the other two, and Van Horn won his game. Matter of fact, he only allowed the one goal and has a 1.00 goals against average and a 75% save. So he one goal on 3 shots in his win, and that would have been the 1-0 win at Mascoutah, and that was Quinn Van Horn's win. In front of him, you will find Tyler Knicken, Braden Easton, Connor Lind, Sam Schmitz, Mike Oplet, Caden Hillier, Ethan Ellis, Ryan Leffler, Blake Goodman, and Caleb Bilzing. For Collinsville, Logan Rader will get the start between the pipes for Collinsville. He comes into this contest with a mark of 1-2. Carter Wagner did have 36 minutes over the weekend, but Logan Rader has taken the rest of those. He is, as I mentioned, 1-2. And he has a 1.87 goals against average, and his save percentage is right around 58%. In front of him, you will find Camden Fry, Dalen Frecker, Tag Baker, Braden Shiragi, Anthony Copatelli, Nick Corzine, Ryan Knoll, Maximus Lawrence, Jarrett Ellsworth, and Spencer Vlasic. Those are other starters for both Collinsville and Belleville. And, of course, these two teams no stranger to each other. They have played each other a lot since they are from the Southwestern Conference. They're going to play each other a lot more now that you play each Southwestern Conference team twice. But over the last 20 years, Collinsville has 14 wins and 7 losses, plus a 3-0 mark in the playoffs over those last 20 years. So that makes them 17-7 over those 20 years all put together. And Collinsville right now enjoying a 4-year winning streak over these Belleville West Maroons, having won 4-0 in 2015, 2-0 in 2016, 5-3 in 2017, and 6-0 last year. So a 4-year winning streak, and in that time, Collinsville has outscored Belleville West 17-3. Right before that, though, Belleville West had a 3-game winning streak from 2012, 2013, and 2014, and in that time, Belleville West outscored us 10-2. After that, it kind of goes back and forth over those years, but you kind of get the idea that these two teams kind of own each other for a little while on either end, so we'll see how this all pans out tonight with a totally different Collinsville Kahok boys soccer team. Hoping for a win, get back on the right track, get that first conference win. Last playoff meeting, by the way, October of 2010, Collinsville won 2-1 at Belleville West. They lost in the regional championship game just 3 days later to O'Fallon by a score of 2-1. Told you about that 6-0 score last year at Belleville West. Collinsville got 1 goal in the first half and then 5 in the second half. Zane Baker and Elvis Campos had 2 goals apiece, while Zach Covey and Luke Liljegren each chipped in with 1. So there's a little bit of what you didn't know. Maybe you didn't know it. Maybe you did. Who knows? But we'll take our final break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show, and when we come back, we'll have some soccer action for you. That's next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months. Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman along with you. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. Sun is behind us and setting for the evening. That'll cool things down a little bit. When I arrived, it was 90 degrees, but it felt like 98. If it was any more humid around here, it would be raining. We are just about ready to go. Give you an idea of who's doing what as far as the goal scoring is concerned. For Collinsville, Will Martin leads his team with 2 goals. And behind him, Camden Fry, Alex Lorsbach, and Jaden Redden each have a goal. The assists, they all belong to Nick Corzine. He has 2. Aiden Hensler has an assist, and then Maxim Lawrence and Braden Shiragi also with an assist. For Belleville West, their leading goal scorer also has 2 goals. That would be Sean Leary. Everyone else behind him with 1 goal, Braden Easton, Tyler Kinnikin, and Colin Reeb. Your assists will go to Blake Goodman. He has 2, and then Kinnikin has 1, and Leary has 1 as well. We are underway, and Todd's a little tardy on starting the clock again, as usual. We're only about 6 seconds behind. We'll keep it there for right now. Here comes Collinsville. They're the ones wearing the purple, folks. They are dressed in all purple today. And they will be traveling from your right to your left. I think. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I wasn't watching. See, that's what happens. Collinsville traveling from left to right. Here is Ryan Null. Null sends it over into the middle to Lawrence. Lawrence will send it over to the far side for Corzine, and Corzine backs it up and gives it to the defense to let them do their thing. Here is, once again, Lawrence. Now over here to the near side, and Collinsville trying to turn their fortunes upfield. A couple of our players almost ran into each other there. Here is Null. Null almost collided there with Camden Fry. And then Belleville West wearing the all-white with maroon numbers on the fronts and the backs, trying to send it the other way. Here's Spencer Vlasic, the lone starter to return to this team from last year's third-place finishers of state. Play taking place in the middle. And here is Connor Lind for Belleville West. He sends the ball over to Easton. Easton tries to get it forward, but he's picked off by the Collinsville defense, and specifically Braden Shiragi. And now Collinsville working the ball up. Fry tries to tip it up and trying to find Tag Baker over there on the far side. That didn't work, so Collinsville will retreat. And coming out is Logan Rader. He'll send the ball up that far side sideline right at the end of the Collinsville bench, and then Baker will take over from there. He gets the ball up to, Baker, and then Fry all the way over on that left wing, trying to center it, but no one there to center it to. Then off of a body and out of bounds, and that'll go across the end line. And it'll be a goal kick restart going on here for Belleville West. 37-40 left to play here in this opening half. We're just underway. First of 3 games we have for you this week. Thursday will be in the air conditioning, but it'll be cooler anyway. Supposed to be only 82 tomorrow. And noticeably cooler with winds shifting and less humidity. But we'll be in the gym Thursday for some girls volleyball as they take on Belleville East. The girls are at Belleville West tonight, and as soon as we get a score, we will pass that along to you. And then, of course, we'll be right back here in this booth Friday night as Triad comes to town for a little football action. Here is Quinn Van Horn. Van Horn sends the ball out and up to Caleb Bilsing. Bilsing over onto the far side sends the ball up now to Mitch Oplet. Oplet turns around and gives it right back to Bilsing. Bilsing, excuse me. And Bilsing trying to work his way up and finds Ethan Ellis. Ellis picked off there on a nice defensive play by Frecker. Frecker gets it into the middle. Collinsville trying to turn this into a offensive opportunity. They tip the ball up to Ryan Knoll. Knoll in turn sends the ball on back to Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic will pop it up, and it'll roll into the box, and Van Horn will pick it up with no problem whatsoever. Scoreless early on, 36 and a half to go here in a sweltering Kahok Stadium. This is probably one of the most humid days that we've had this summer, besides that little stretch there where we were in the upper 90s for about 3 days. That was in July. It's been relatively a kind of a cool, wet summer here in the Midwest, as is evident by all the flooding. Here come the Maroons, and it is Braden Easton. Easton pops the ball right in front of the box, and teammate Goodman sends it back. Collinsville, they're there to pick the ball off. Here is Frecker. Frecker will send it over to this side now to Ryan Knoll. Knoll surveys things while he continues to move. Tries to thread a pass in between a couple of defenders. He does, but Camden Fry was well behind the play. Now the ball ends up going out of bounds. All right. Ball belongs to Belleville West. Here is Caden Hillier. He will handle the throw in. Nope, they're going to give it up to Kinnikin, and now Hillier takes over. Back to Kinnikin. Moves the ball up to Lind. Lind has the ball almost taken off of his feet by Colpatelli. Colpatelli sticking with it now, trying to get it back from Hillier. And Hillier instead will knock it back to Oplet. And now over to this side. And Kinnikin could not get the stoppage before the ball went out of bounds. So Collinsville will have the throw in. Ryan Knoll will give way to Jared Allsworth. Allsworth waits for his folks to get in. We have a couple of player changes going on. Yahir Figueroa and Will Martin check into the game for Collinsville. Figueroa had a pretty good game in that 2-1 loss at Glenwood to open the season. Here's Allsworth throwing the ball in once again, and off of the chest of Lawrence. That ball rolls all the way down and goes across the end line. So we'll have a goal kick restart coming up here for the Maroons. Quinn Van Horn will give way to Sam Schmitz. Schmitz didn't like the place that Van Horn set the ball down, so he picked it up and moved it a half an inch. Now he's ready to go. High, all the way out to midfield. Off of a couple of bodies and back out toward the Kahok way. And then another miss hit, this one by Caden Hillier by Belleville West. And the Maroons turn the ball over once again. And once again it'll be Jared Allsworth with the throw in. Throws it into Figueroa. Figueroa right down here below our location. Actually, that's where we usually stand. There was a Wi-Fi problem, so we moved down to the other end of the broadcast booth so we could hook up to the actual computer box. Collinsville had a little bit of an opportunity there, but that pass went a little bit too fast and rolled right to Van Horn. Now back at midfield. Frecker tries to get rid of his defenseman, Ethan Ellis. Ellis, midfielder. Now the ball goes into the Belleville West bench. Collinsville will throw it in, and Belleville will take over. Here is Ellis. Number 10 against number 10. Anthony Colpatelli against Ethan Ellis. Now the ball comes into the middle. Figueroa picks it up, and Collinsville's defense will take over. Here is Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic will send it over to this side now for Allsworth. Allsworth moves it up the line for Knoll. Knoll back to Allsworth before it has a chance to go out of bounds, and now it does, but banked off of the body of Connor Lind, excuse me. Allsworth, another throw-in. His arms are going to be tired with this many throw-ins. Another one that goes out of bounds. This time the throw-in belongs to Ryan Knoll. Knoll trying to get it on up for Will Martin. Ball comes back and finds the foot of Allsworth. Allsworth sends it across the middle now. Here is Lawrence. He'll send it over to the far side for Corzine. Corzine moves it up the way for Frecker. Frecker dodges a defenseman, brings it in toward the middle. Gets around another one. Gets tripped up, no call on the play, and then it's picked off of his foot by Ellis. Belleville West bringing the ball up the other way. All the way down the line. Rader is going to come out of his goal, and he's just going to kick it back up the line, more toward the middle of the field, though, and Collinsville trying to take over. Loose ball for a minute, kind of ricocheted off a couple of bodies, but Belleville West takes back over. Here is Oplet. All the way up for Easton. Easton can't keep the ball in bounds, so Collinsville will get it back. 31 and a half left to play here in this opening half. Off of a head, up front, in front of the Collinsville bench. Maroons on the move. Here's Lind. Lind. Nice job over there by Ellsworth. Took that ball off for just a second. It's still spinning, and Rader slides out and picks the ball up. Nothing doing there that trip for the Maroons. So Rader will put a foot into it. Send it back out to midfield and beyond. Popped up, out of bounds. Ellsworth with another throw in. Substitutions going on. Will Martin checks out of the game. Jaden Redden checks in for Collinsville. Ethan Ellis goes out for the Maroons, and Colin Reeb comes in for Belleville West. Throw in from Ellsworth, and it runs up the line and then off of the body of Sam Schmitz and out of bounds. Collinsville with another throw in. Figueroa trying, looking, finding, over in the corner. Now it comes right back to Null. Null back to Figueroa. Figueroa on the near side sideline. Ellsworth, as Braden Easton snuck up behind Ellsworth and just knocked that one out of bounds. Ellsworth will drop it in for Figueroa. Figueroa sends it back out to midfield. Over on the far side, Lawrence sends the ball over to Corzine. Corzine back over to Shiragi, and Shiragi back to the defense. The deepest man back was Spencer Vlasic. Spencer will survey things, send it up to Ellsworth. Nope, out of bounds. Spinning ball just spun right off of the foot of Ryan Null and out of bounds, so it'll be Tyler Kinnikin that'll take the throw in here for the Maroons. Ball in. Collinsville and Belleville West. No score as of yet. Just a little over 10 minutes into a 40-minute period, or 40-minute half, excuse me. Here is Oplet for Belleville West. Gets the ball up now to Reeb. Collinsville picks that off. Figueroa in the middle of that mix. Now they'll send the ball over to this side for Ryan Null. Null chips it into the middle circle and then finds a teammate. Now Null will get it right back. Near side sideline. Null turns, trying to find some room in which to work, and then had the ball pushed off of him, and Collinsville will have the throw in deep into their own offensive territory. Ellsworth will give up the throw in this time for Spencer Vlasic. Ellsworth is going to go off, and Aiden Hensler is into the game to take his place. Vlasic, he's ready to go. Nice strong throw right toward the front of the box. Oh, Belleville West did a nice job heading that one out of there. And then they will fend it off, and Collinsville was the last to touch it. So the Maroons will get the ball back with 27:45 left to play here in this opening half. Figueroa being double teamed. Nicely done by Lawrence. Keep that ball down there. Lawrence still fighting for it. Gets a little bit of help from Copatelli, and he'll send it on back to Shiragi on the defensive side of things. Shiragi sends it up that far side sideline. Finds Frecker, but immediately that ball is knocked away, and now we'll do it all over again, except this time we'll start it off with Vlasic. Spencer brings the ball across the midfield stripe, gets it on up to the foot of Null. Null gets pushed off the ball and then gets separated. Tries to get it back and found a little bit too much body there. No call. No's flying all over the place. Handing it up to Sam Foley. Foley had that ball picked off by Vlasic. Vlasic gets it to Figueroa. Figueroa turns around, tries to put it in the circle, and does so eventually. And then over on the far side for Corzine. Corzine moves the ball up for Redden. Belleville West knocks it out of bounds in front of their own bench. Throw in. Comes in from there. Overshot the Kahok player and right onto the feet of Belleville. Loose ball, and they're going to send it all the way back into Van Horn. Van Horn sends it up. Now Belleville West trying to move it up. They do so. They get past the first wave, and now they get past the second wave. Back over to this side now for Easton. Easton cuts in, has some room, takes a shot, and it curls wide to the left of Logan Rader. Anybody got any paper towels up here? All right, got to take a break every once in a while. Get a paper towel and wipe this dripping sweat. Man, oh man, is it humid. I asked them last year to get some air conditioning up here in this booth. I guess they didn't hear me. Oh, they heard me just fine. Doesn't last too long. By the time we're back up in here Friday, it'll be nice and cool. All right, throw in coming from the Maroons all the way over on the far side of the field at the end of the Kahok bench, or at the beginning of it, I should say, from that direction anyway. And it's popped up. Easton heads it. Collinsville gets a foot on it, sends it out for a moment, and the Belleville West sends it back in, but then the Kahawks send it all the way back out into the defensive zone of the Maroons. Now back over to this side here is Kinnikin. Kinnikin will just pop the ball back to Van Horn. Van Horn will send it over on the far side sideline for Ryan Leffler. Leffler in front of his own bench. Tries to move the ball up. Picked off by Collinsville. Here come the Kahawks. Copatelli sends it back to the defense. Vlasic pops it up right outside the box off of a Maroon player, and out of bounds it goes. So a throw in coming for Collinsville. And player substitution, one for each side. Back into the game is Ethan Ellis for Belleville West. Out goes Sam Foley. Frecker heads out for Collinsville. And it looks like Mitchell Harris is into the game for the Kahawks. Here's Figueroa. And Belleville West just knocks that ball right back out of bounds. So another throw in coming here for Collinsville. And again, it'll be handled by Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic, those strong arms can get it up there into the box. Throw right to the outside and popped up right off of the head of one of the Kahawks and immediately out of bounds. So a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville. 23 minutes to play. I don't think you're going to be closing my browser anytime soon. They always pick the right time for these updates, don't they? Another defender will be taking care of this restart. Sends the ball out to midfield. Off of the head of Vlasic. Down it rolls. And Belleville West Easton. Nope, that was out of bounds. Took a minute for him to call it. But yes, that was out of bounds. Spencer Vlasic again with the throw-in. All the way down. Figueroa's got a chance. Oh, couldn't get that ball to stop rolling a little bit for him. He could have settled it down and put a shot on goal, but it wouldn't cooperate. Collinsville trying to get the ball, working it back up. They do so. Here is Lawrence. Lawrence to Figueroa. Figueroa into the box, and, well, Mitchell Harris couldn't quite break in there. He had a couple of defenders that were kind of in his way and couldn't get around him fast enough to get to that ball before Van Horn did. Ball comes out toward midfield. Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Copatelli. Copatelli moves the ball up to Redden. Redden had his ball picked off, trying to get it up to Figueroa, but the Maroons intercepted that. And now the Maroons trying to work the ball up themselves. Well, a little bit of a miss hit there right past Colin Reeb. And the ball goes back into the Collinsville defense. And here is Logan Rader. He'll send the ball on up. He does so to Shiragi. Shiragi over to the far side now for Corzine. Corzine will put a lot into it. He'll send that ball all the way up into the offensive zone. And Belleville West does their best to get it back out, which they do. Ball at midfield. Last touched by Corzine. Just about halfway through the first half. Throw in comes from midfield all the way on the other side. Off of a Kahok's head and toward Rader, and Rader gets it and then pops it back out to midfield. Belleville. They get a body on it first. Then the ball sent just a little bit too far, and then Van Horn will send it right back. It's a gaggle of geese fly over in 3 waves. A little bit too early to be heading south, isn't it? Hasn't quite got cold yet. Here comes Belleville West with an opportunity and a shot, and Rader comes out and gets a fingertip on it and sends it across the end line on a nice shot by Sean Leary. And we're going to have our first corner kick of this game. Logan Rader dove out to his right, got a fingertip on it, and that ball kept traveling across the end line. Somebody for Belleville West going to go over there and take this corner kick or what? Hey, now we got somebody going. That's going to be Tyler Kinnikin. So first corner kick of this game belongs to the Maroons. It's on the way. And down, saved by Rader, and then he picks it back up with a player in his face. One of the Maroon players got up there and headed that ball right straight down, but Logan was standing in the perfect spot, got it on one bounce, and then had to hold on to it. As a couple of bodies were in there trying to knock that thing loose. So Collinsville dodges the first bullet as far as corner kicks go. Now they have to find a way to make it move on offense. That was almost a bad turnover right there. Here is Shiragi. Sends it up to Corzine. Now back to Shiragi, and he'll send it up the line. Stop there before it reaches midfield by Belleville West, but Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Redden. Redden on the far sideline, right at the end of the Belleville bench. Pops it up, and Mitch Harris got a little toe on it and popped it a little bit farther, but then Belleville West sends that ball all the way out to the visiting dugout on the far side, visiting locker room, that is, on the far side of the football field. The football locker room. Ball comes down. Figueroa waits for it. Instead, he'll turn around and send it back to his defense and his midfielders. They'll take care of it and try to work that ball up just a little bit farther. Here is Camden Fry. Fry had the lone goal in the Glenwood game that we did for you. Now the ball knocked out of bounds. And Aiden Hensler will have a chance for a throw in, but before we do that, we're going to have a mandatory water break because it is a hot one out here, folks. So we will step aside for just a second, back with the rest of the first half in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Water break is over, and we are back to, actually, I just can't get this clock thing right, can I? I had to come out of my last commercial, and then yeah, it's on a different page. There we are. Good to go. How about that? All right, back to midfield we go. Collinsville pops the ball back in, and out of bounds it goes. Ryan Leffler with the throw in for the Maroons. As we approach 17 minutes left to play here in this first half. Throw in comes far side, right in front of the Belleville bench. Collinsville gets a hold of it first, pops it right back up and right back out of bounds. The struggle is real. Two separate pages are up. One's got the live stream and one's got the scoreboard. Coming out of a commercial, I got to hit main so we can talk and stuff again, and then bring up the scoreboard, and then hit start on the clock. And by the time I did that, I know there was already like 10 seconds gone. 16 and a half to go, so we're right on time now. And we just keep on throwing the ball out of bounds. Somebody get that ball moving forward. Here we go. That was a nice try there by Lawrence, but that ball left him just a little bit too fast, and he had to go retreat it. Now back over to this side. Belleville West trying to bring it up. Here is Braden Easton. Easton moves the ball up, but can't find Sean Leary. Rader sends the ball all the way back out to midfield. Maroons try to send it back. Nice job on the header there by Maxim Lawrence to keep that ball going forward. Here's Collinsville with an opportunity as Camden Fry was in a bit of a foot race there with Sam Schmitz. Fry couldn't quite get around Mr. Schmitz to get a quality scoring chance. Maybe we can get one here off of a throw-in. Far side. Aiden Hensler goes off, and Jared Ellsworth is back in. Ball comes back in. And it's taken care of by Ethan Ellis for Belleville West. Collinsville, though, takes over right at midfield. Here's a ball that's popped right around the outside of the box. Ryan Knoll tries to slow it down, does so, has to come back for it. Here is Ellsworth. He'll send one that's a little bit too far off to the left-hand side. Comes down to Figueroa. Figueroa circles in the box, puts on a nice move, and can't get the shot off. He'll send it back out front. Here is Ryan Knoll. Knoll gets taken out right in front of the box, and Knoll is going to get called for the foul, and it's going to be a Belleville West free kick from just on top of the bubble in the box. That was the most fun we've had here in this game regarding any kind of a scoring opportunity for Collinsville. So it'll be Sam Schmitz who will send this ball back out. High and deep and getting deeper. Back to Rader it goes. Rader will put a foot into it and send it all the way down. Collinsville has numbers. They're coming. They shoot. Oh, Van Horn was in a perfect spot. 3 Kahok players had a beat on that ball, and I bet they could have slowed it down a little bit and maybe worked on some passing, but I don't know. I'm not the one playing. That was a golden opportunity there for Collinsville. There are the Maroons over on the far side. Collinsville sends it back to the middle. Figueroa can't control it, and it's worked up. And now an opportunity here for the Maroons, and a nice job on the defensive side by Ellsworth, stopping that shot by Ellis. Here's Ellis with another shot, and this one off of a body and across the end line. We're going to have another Belleville West corner kick. This time it'll come from the far side corner, and this time it'll be Blake Goodman that'll do the honors here for the Maroons. Mitch Oplet comes out of the game. Zach Bilzing back in for the Maroons. And a corner kick coming up here for Goodman. It's low, and it's handled easily by Frecker right in front, and he gets it up to Figueroa. Figueroa turns and sends the ball all the way downfield. Tag Baker trying to chase it down, but that ball goes out of bounds in front of the Maroons bench. And the throw in coming from Ryan Leffler. Not before we get a substitution. They stopped the clock for another water break? I don't know, because not everybody's heading off. Normally when they stop the clock for a water break, everybody heads to the benches, but I don't know what's going on. At any rate, the clock stopped. They just had a water break, so now we're ready to go. Not really sure what happened there. Copatelli and Hensler are back in for Collinsville. And here is Vlasic. Vlasic gets just taken off of that ball, and now the ball ends up over on the far side sideline, and it's going to be moved up. Nice job on the defensive side by Collinsville. Popped up right in midfield over on the far side. Everybody's using their head. That's probably the 5th header in a row there by both teams, and now Vlasic comes up with it. He'll send it back to Rader. 12 minutes to go here in this first half. Rader sends the ball all the way out to midfield, but there is Caleb Bilzing, who heads that one all the way back down. And that was a bad idea there. Here comes Easton, and a nice job there by Spencer Vlasic to take care of that mistake. As Rader was looking out here for Jared Allsworth, but didn't see Easton streaking up right behind the Collinsville defender, and Easton picked that ball off, and he comes away limping. He'll be all right. Tyler Kinnigan throws the ball in. Then it's popped up, and Collinsville will pop it right back out of play. A little bit farther up the line we go, and here is Kinnigan once again with a throw in. About 10 yards farther up toward the booth than he was last time. Player substitutions left and right here, as now they're going to take Braden Easton out of the game for Belleville West, as he was limping a little bit, a little less so than he was about 2 minutes ago. Kinnigan with the throw-in. To the middle, just came in. Connor Lind. Collinsville picks it off. Here is Lawrence. Lawrence moving the ball up to Camden Fry. Fry trying to find Baker. Didn't get enough on that pass to find Tag. And now Belleville West turns around with it. And now we're going to have another foul against Collinsville. This one will be at midfield, and the Maroons will have a free kick from there. Ten minutes to go here in this first half. Ball is all the way down and across the end line on one bounce. Very good leg. Raider ready to show off his leg. He'll take his own goal kick restarts. Puts a lot into it, gets it up to midfield, right at midfield. And then taken over by Tag Baker. Baker moves the ball up to Fry. Fry will let the Maroons kick that one across the end line, and Collinsville will have their first corner kick of this game. And it looks like Dylan Frecker will be taking this one for the Kahawks. Figueroa comes back into the game. Ryan Noah will go have a drink. Some cold water. This one stays low and outside it goes, but still in the box. Shot, blocked, and then Belleville West will send the ball out. Maxim Lawrence couldn't get enough on that ball to make it travel any farther. And the Maroons make a little bit of an easy block there out front. Ellsworth gets it over to Figueroa. Figueroa gets taken off the ball, and Collinsville will keep it. Throw in coming from Ellsworth once again. 8.5 minutes to go here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Belleville West. Ellsworth gets it right back, sends it right in front of the box, and Tag Baker was there but couldn't quite stop it. And now the Maroons come away with it and send it up the sideline, and Connor Lind has some room. That was a nice job on a sliding tackle there by Jared Ellsworth. Ellsworth had to chase down Connor Lind. Caught him. Slid from the side. Got the ball. Ryan Leffler will throw it in for the Maroons. Collinsville off of the head. And over to the other side where the Kahawks take over and send the ball up the far side sideline. Tag Baker is over there with Camden Fry. Camden Fry comes away with the ball. Circles, looking for some help. He'll get some right in the middle of the field. Bringing it up is Culpatelli. Culpatelli back over to Fry. Fry works it up that near side, make that the far side sideline. Has a head of steam, cuts in on the left wing, tries a crossing, and it's off of the body of Zach Bilsing, and Collinsville will have their second corner kick. So now each team has had two, or is about to have two. And Frecker once again, he's over there. He's not going to take this one, though. This one's sent high, right in front, and off of the head of Baker. And Baker had that one go all the way across the end line on a pop fly. So each team has had two corner kicks, and obviously each team has failed to capitalize. We remain scoreless. 6.5 to go here in this first half. Back to action. Off of a couple of different players, and almost another turnover there for Collinsville. Raider sends the ball all the way back into the Collinsville offensive zone, and then Tag Baker, or Camden Fry, make sure it goes a little deeper. Tag Baker was on the move, trying to get to that ball before Belleville could, but Van Horn came out early and took care of that. Now Fry using the head. A couple of players using the heads. Here is Lawrence. Gets it down to Figueroa. Back over to Lawrence. Lawrence will take it over to the other side. He'll give it up now for Nick Corzine. Corzine tries to run it up that far side to Frecker. Frecker tries to turn. Does so. Cuts across the middle. 5.5 to go. Here is Ellsworth, about 30 yards out front. Sends it over to Figueroa. Figueroa on the right side, and that ball took a wrong turn. Turned right instead of turning left. But Van Horn would have been there anyway. But you never can tell once that ball goes toward the net, toward the goal, what is going to happen. 5:10 left to play. First half action. Sun's gone down. Temperature will follow eventually. Humidity? Well, it'll take a while. Ellsworth punches it back out. Nice stop by Alex Paz on the sideline. Alex Paz, cameraman extraordinaire, and some decent footwork down there as well. Colin Reeb checks back into the game with 4.5 to go here in this first half. Figueroa keeps that ball in somehow or another and gets it back to his defenseman, Braden Shiragi. Shiragi sends it over onto the far side for Frecker. Frecker looks and trying to find Camden Fry, but it led him just a little bit too far. That allowed Van Horn to come out of his goal and catch that on 2 bounces. Van Horn pops the ball up at midfield. 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Here's Figueroa. Figueroa gets it to Vlasic. Vlasic to Shiragi, and Shiragi over onto the far side for Karzine. He will send the ball up, trying to find Fry. Fry gets the ball, settles it down in the box, leaves it in the middle, and an opportunity, and nothing doing. Nice defensive play there by Belleville West. And more specifically, Zach Bilsing, he got there just in time to get his foot on that ball before any shot could be taken. 3.5 to go. Collinsville has stepped it up here on offense as of late. There's a shot. Oh! Yeah, and just getting his finger on it was Van Horn. That came all the way over from the far side. And Van Horn, hugging that post to his left, got a finger on it. Kept that one from going in. Throw in from Ellsworth. Into the box, Figueroa. He shoots, and again, that one's blocked, and this time a shot. And that one goes right to Van Horn off of the foot of Tag Baker. Right to him. Under 3 minutes to play here in this first half. Another goal kick restart being handled here by Sam Schmitz for the Maroons. Got the Cafe Agape halftime show coming up for you next. We'll scour the area and bring some scores to you. Girls golf did okay today in the Southwestern Conference Tournament. We'll tell you a little bit more about that and any other scores we can find for you here when we reach halftime of this game, which is going to involve a nice big long drink of water. Ball out of bounds. Maroons throw it in. They do so. Far side, right in front of their bench. Frecker kicks it right under the bench. So another throw in coming for the Maroons. This one will be right in front of their own bench. The only man wearing maroon down there, that would be Rob Thornberry, the head coach. Everybody else wearing white. This ball goes into the Kahoks bench. Belleville will have the throw in, though. 90 seconds to go here in this first half. No score between these two Southwestern Conference rivals. Throw in comes in. Off of a head and farther down the line. And that ball eventually goes out of bounds, and it is going to be the Maroons' ball again. So a throw-in will come down near the corner kick area for the Maroons. One minute to go. And the throw-in on the way. Right back to where it came from. Settling that ball down, sending it back now to Colin Reeb. Reeb sends it back out to his defense, back out to midfield, and all the way back to Van Horn. Van Horn will just gently pop it back out to midfield where it finds the feet of Anthony Colpatelli. Colpatelli sends the ball up to Vlasic. Now to this side for Ellsworth. Ellsworth turns it on the right wing. Pops one, and Van Horn is right there to catch it. 15 seconds to go here in this first half. As Van Horn sends it back out. And then The seconds tick away, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. No score between Collinsville and Belleville West as we welcome you into the halftime show brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Nachos, burgers, pork steaks, way too many sides to list, and a host of other wonderful menu items to choose from. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can check all that out by giving Ron McGee a call today at 345-CAFE. That's Cafe Agape at 345-2233. Halftime show coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape halftime show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're scoreless on the varsity side of things. 0-0 between Collinsville and Belleville West. JV team won earlier here today by a score of 2-0. And all I have for you is a couple of soccer scores. I have Athens Greenview Co-op out of Athens, Illinois, downing Metro East Lutheran by a score of 2-1. And Althoff defeated Freeburg by a score of 4-1. We told you a little bit earlier about the girls golf team. They're taking place in the Southwestern Conference tournament. Right now, the girls are in 5th place, and that is just after the first day. The second day of this tournament will be October the 1st at Far Oaks. Destiny Johnson shooting a team low 83, and the team score was 388. Destiny, by the way, sits in 7th place individually in that conference tournament. So congratulations to Destiny and the girls golf team. I'm sure once October 1st rolls around and they're not out there dying in some sweltering heat, maybe they'll fare a little bit better. That's all we have for you here on the Cafe Agape halftime show. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll have some soccer action for you about 5 minutes away from the beginning of the second half here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahawks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you from Kahok Stadium. We are just about set for second half action. And as soon as we get this ball kicked here, I can start my clock on time. There it is. We're underway. Half number 2. Looking for a score, and, well, that was kind of close. 25-13, 25-19. Belleville West defeats the Lady Kahawks at Belleville West, so the ladies are 1-1 on the year with that win over Highland. Here's Collinsville on their corner kick. Oh, that was off the crossbar. Off of a man out front, I believe that was Fry. Corner kick. And it was Fry. Camden Fry off of his head hit the crossbar. And now Belleville West puts the ball back into action at midfield. Collinsville sends it back up immediately. Tell you what, Collinsville had a nice display of offense there in the last few minutes of that first half. We'll see if we can turn it into a goal here in this second half. Here is Jaden Redden. Redden sends the ball back out to midfield. There's a nice breeze. Where'd that come from? Woo, that feels good. There's Figueroa. Figueroa on the far side. We'll send it back here to midfield. That is Braden Shiragi. Shiragi sends it over to this side now for Nick Corzine. Corzine moves the ball up to Redden. Redden into the box. Here is Fry turning the corner. Stops the ball. Looking. Pointing. Gives it to Redden in front. And no one can get there with a purple jersey on. Man, oh man. Now back out front we go. Here is Lawrence with a shot. It's in. Maxim Lawrence breaks the deadlock. And Collinsville leads by a score of 1-0. Maxim Lawrence breaks the tie. Well, I'm trying to start the clock, and instead I closed the screen. 41-53 mark of this game. Lawrence breaks the deadlock. Lawrence had an assist on the year. Now he has a 1 each, goal and assist. So the Kahawks break the deadlock. Collinsville, 1 goal in the first half last year against Belleville West, 5 in the second half. This go round, nothing in the first, and we break the deadlock, and here comes another opportunity. Oh, that ball hits Camden Fry right in the back of his ankle as he was moving into the box. Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Frecker. He's, oh, just wide. Just wide. Past the right post for Dylan Frecker. And the senior almost made it a quick 2-0 game here for Collinsville. Kahawks are pouring it on offense all of a sudden here. Just a minute 53 into this second half. The Kahawks hit the scoreboard, and now they're trying for more. Here is Frecker, who just missed. Sends it off of a body, but it stays in and comes down perfectly for Ellsworth, and he'll send it right through a host of white jerseys. And the white jerseys will come up with it. That's Blake Goodman with it. Goodman being hassled by Redden. He runs right in to Nick Corzine, and Blake Goodman is down after he runs into Corzine and lands awkwardly on the turf. So the clock is going to stop with 35:53 left to play, and they are going to call for Amanda Bauer to come across the way, but now I think that the referee says no, go back, as Blake Goodman appears to be okay. Throw in, getting ready to come in from Ryan Leffler. And it looks like they're going to send Blake Goodman off, and he's going to walk around the entire track here to get to his side of the field. And now he's going to run, so it appears like he's okay. Colin Reed will come in to take his place in the meantime. And we start the clock up once again, and we're back underway. Collinsville leading 1-0. Oh, here was a nice feed, or a nice try on the feed by Redden, trying to find Fry. This time, Belleville West comes away with it, and over on the far side, knocked out of bounds by the Maroons, so Collinsville will have a throw-in. From the far side sideline, off of a body out front. And playing a little defense, here is Leffler. This time, Jaden Redden goes sliding in, and Leffler was the one who bit the dust. Here is Fry. Fry sends it right up front in the middle, and trying to chase it down, it is Colpatelli. He couldn't quite get there, and now it comes back into the middle. And now Lawrence, who has the goal in the game, almost forgot to take the ball with him and ran into a couple of players, and now we have a takedown from behind. Collinsville is going to get a free kick from about 35 yards away here. Figueroa. He's there. He may take it. Corzine's there as well. Corzine, he'll take it over the head of everybody, and it gets through, but it goes past that near side post, right to the left of Van Horn, or make that the right of Van Horn. And it'll turn into a goal kick restart here for the Maroons. Once again, it'll be Sam Schmitz who will take this goal kick restart. Pops it up. Just a little bit short of midfield, and then the ball takes a jaunt off of a body. And the Maroons will have it, and they'll throw it in from midfield. It'll be Leffler. And Zach Bilzing comes into the game. Mitch Oplet to the bench for the Maroons. There is Logan Rader. He'll pick the ball up inside the box with about 33 and a half left to go here in this second half, and then he'll send it all the way back out. Nice kick. Sends up into the Collinsville offensive zone, but the defense there for Belleville West will take care of it. They'll send it up. Vlasic stops that progression. Sends it up into the middle. Here is Lawrence, who has the only goal in this game. Up to Frecker, to Fry. Fry, they're going to call it offside right when Fry let the shot go. Need to be a little faster with those offside whistles. You knew he was offside when the ball hit him, but yet you let the ball come down, and he settles it down and takes the shot, and then you blow the whistle. So, will be a strong restart kick here by the defense for Belleville West as they try to generate some offense off of the backside of Sean Leary. Collinsville gets the ball back for a moment, but the Maroons take back over. And at midfield, Tyler Kennigan works the ball up. A couple of nice moves there, but Collinsville, their defense is there, and they got a couple of nice moves themselves. Here is Frecker. Frecker leaves the ball and will leave it for Redden. Redden surveys things as he crosses midfield. He'll send the ball up right down the middle, a little bit off to the right, and no one there can take it, so it'll bounce right to Van Horn. Van Horn will send it back out. And now Collinsville will make a wholesale player change here. 3 players make that 4 players coming on, 4 going off. Vlasic is going off. Redden is going off. Figueroa is going off, as is Fry. Back out there is Tag Baker, along with Will Martin. And I lost the rest of them along the way, so we'll figure it out as we go along. 31:52. Why did we stop the clock? Man. I didn't even hear the whistle blow. I don't know why they stopped the clock. It's not inside of 5 minutes, and apparently there's no water break. Now we're back to action. Off of the head of Ellsworth, and over onto the far side it goes for Copatelli. Copatelli sends it up. But there's the defense for Belleville West. It'll send it right back down. And you better get a little on your horse there, Mr. Nick Corzine. Oh, what was that? Speaking of horse, he almost got horse collared. All the way up to Tag Baker. Oh, Baker should have waited a little bit because Will Martin wasn't quite ready to get past the defense yet. Tag Baker could have held on for just a split second longer and let Will Martin get a little separation. That might have turned into something. Here is Nick Corzine. Corzine throws the ball in. Frecker stops it, picks it back up, sends it over to Baker. Baker cuts in from the left side, and a sliding tackle there by Ryan Leffler. We'll send the ball across the end line, and Collinsville will have their third corner kick of this game. Each team had 2 corner kicks in the first half. Nothing came of either of the 4. And here's Collinsville's third. It's low and out front. Kicked farther out front by Belleville West. And the Maroons trying to be on the move here. Nice header by Shiragi to keep young Mr. Sean Leary from coming in with a breakaway. Lawrence over to this side. And now Corzine. Corzine to Frecker. Frecker trying to get it to Tag Baker off of a body, and now Corzine will throw the ball in. And now we have a little bit of a whistle as the referee says, I want you up about 10 more yards. 30 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-0 on a goal by Maximus Lawrence for Collinsville. Kahawks have the 1-0 lead. And now the Maroons will have control of the ball. There's one good thing about being down to this end. I'm right next to the refrigerator. Coach Smith hooked me up and stocked it up with some regular Mountain Dew this year. Here's Collinsville turning the ball and firing, and it's in! Oh, what a nice long shot that was. That was Ryan Knoll. Knoll shot that ball from about 35 yards away. And Collinsville takes a 2-0 lead. Already back to action. So about 9 minutes after the Lawrence goal, Knoll gives Collinsville a little breathing room as that ball came all the way down to this end. And that was a pretty nice setup that Belleville West had there for a split second. But the defense comes in, closes the door, and the Maroons have to work for it even harder now. That's off an arm and out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in by Nick Corzine. That ball hit the top crossbar and went in. No. Picks up his first points of the year. Big goal there to provide a little separation and a little breathing room. Oh, there was a ball that didn't quite get out the way that the Maroons were hoping it would, and now Collinsville will come up, and nope, it's going the other way. Nick Corzine thought that the other guy was the last one to touch it, but Corzine was waved off by the sideline judge. The throw-in comes all the way down, but it's going to be taken care of by Ellsworth. He'll send the ball up, and it'll be Will Martin who will slow it down. all the way back to the midfield circle and then popped up over the head of Aiden Hensler. Hensler goes and chases it down in front of the Belleville West bench. On the far side, Null. Right at the end of the bench, Aiden Hensler banks it off of one of the Maroon players and out of bounds. So Collinsville will have a throw in from there. About midway between the end of their bench and Quinn Van Horn, the Belleville West goalkeeper. Throw comes in right inside the box, top corner. Slowed down by Collinsville. Now it's turned over, and the Maroons try to bring it back the other direction, but Collinsville stops that progression. Here is Lawrence. Lawrence moves the ball up, and then over on the far side, Mitch Harris gets it. Excuse me. Harris, right at the end of the bench. Sends it up. Lawrence makes his move. Comes around the outside. Has some help. Over on the far side. Comes all the way back out front. Here's another opportunity, and that one's just a little bit too high for Nick Corzine. Collinsville with some good offensive pressure here. They closed out the first half with a lot of offensive pressure and picked right up where they left off here in the second half, and that has turned into 2 goals. And that's the score we have right now. Kahawks are up 2-0. 26.5 to go here in the second half. Once again, it'll be Sam Schmitz who will send the ball out on the goal kick restart for the Maroons. Handled quite nicely there by Nick Corzine again. Ryan Null. Null has a goal. Collinsville with the lead and the ball. Over here to Corzine. Corzine sends the ball into the box. That's a nice shot. Oh, man, I tell you what, Quinn Van Horn got there and put his hands just around that ball in the nick of time before Null could head that ball into the net, because that is exactly what the senior midfielder was trying to do. Back at midfield. Lawrence to Harris. Hits the ball up now. Here we go, Copatelli. Copatelli into the box, and that ball is out of bounds. And Collinsville will have another corner kick. From the near side once again. They had 2 corner kicks in the first half. This will be their second one here in this half. Corzine will be handling those responsibilities. It's on the way, popped up high, out the other side, and off of the head of Anthony Copatelli and too high. 24.5 to go here in the second half. Sun has gone down. It's dark, and we've got a little bit of a breeze. Boy, I tell you how welcome that is. We went from no breeze whatsoever to a nice one that doing the trick right now. Maroons send it back out to midfield. Collinsville trying to beat these Maroons for the 5th year in a row. That's when they all play just once a year. These 2 teams will meet up again. That'll be on the 24th of this month at Belleville West, in a game I believe we will have for you. Pretty sure I got that one on the list. 9:24, yes I do. So we'll get to see the Maroons twice together. All together now. At midfield, Frecker sends it up, comes back out to the top of the circle, and then one of our players was shoved down from behind, and no call on the play. Sean Leary got away with one there as he shoved down Anthony Copatelli from behind. Copatelli gets the ball off of his head, and Camden Fry trying to chase it down and get a shot on goal. He was unsuccessful in that endeavor. Throw in coming from Nick Corzine. Nope, they're going to switch it up, and it's going to be Spencer Vlasic who will throw this one in. Spencer's throwing, heading right toward the goal, off of a head. Out front it goes, onto the ground. Oh, Figueroa had a nice shot, but that was blocked out by a well-placed defender there for Belleville West. And now we're going to have another corner kick for Collinsville. This one's going to be the 5th of the game for the Kahawks, and this one's going to come from the far corner. On the way, and the only one there was wearing white. Ball comes down. Corzine gets the ball up. I don't think Fry's going to be able to get there before it rolls across the line. He's not. It is going to be a corner kick, though, as that was off of a body belonging to the Maroons. So 6th corner kick, 4 here in this second half, and we still have almost 22 minutes in the half to play. Corzine sends it all the way out the other side. Figueroa settles it down. Looking for some help. Sends it up. Redden does. In the middle, Lawrence tries another shot. Couldn't quite get there. That one got blocked out, and that one goes a little bit wide off of the foot of Mr. Dylan Frecker. But off of a body, and we're going to have another corner kick. They're coming in droves, folks. Collinsville's got a guy down in the box, though. So we are going to have to step aside for a brief commercial break with 21-23 left to play here in this second half, and we'll be back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Back here at Collinsville High School, Camden Fry was the injured Kahawk, but he's okay and gets a little help off the field, and Collinsville gets a corner kick and nothing doing there. And the Kahawks will chip it back down as Allsworth gets a hold of it over to Figueroa, but that was offside. "21 minutes to go here in the second half. Goals by Lawrence and Null here in half number 2 have given Collinsville a 2-0 lead. Now we're going to have another whistle, and this one's going to go against Collinsville, so a free kick coming up here for Belleville West. It'll be from about 50 yards away, though, and all the way over on the far side sideline. Everybody's in their places, and the kick is on the way. Right out in front of the box. Collinsville takes care of it and sends it back out toward midfield. Oh, a couple of players run into each other. It's got to hurt a little bit. That's Colpatelli and Leffler. They both ran into each other after one thought the other one was going to go after the ball. You can hear the smack up here, but glad they're okay. Here is Caden Hillier, who will put this ball back into play. Just a little bit past the halfway mark of this second half. Hillier pops it up, bends a little bit to the left, and comes out front. Chasing it down, Oplet. Into the bench it goes. Put there by Collinsville, so the Maroons will have a throw-in from in front of their own bench. Comes back in. Ethan Ellis shot toward the goal after a couple of bounces. Logan Rader holds on to it. Pops it up, and all the way back out to midfield it goes. And beyond, Collinsville comes up with it. Here is Redden. Redden trying to send it up, and a little bit more juice on that. It would have made it to Frecker, but Frecker had to stop in his tracks, try to come back for it, and couldn't. But Collinsville retains possession. Here is a little chip shot coming out to this way for Corzine. Corzine comes up that left wing, centers it, settling it down in front of the box. Nope, it was too hard to settle down for Colpatelli. And then Collinsville tries to get the ball right back. They pop it out to midfield of the Maroons, and Corzine uses the head onto the feet of Lawrence, who finds Colpatelli. Colpatelli back to the midfield circle for Vlasic. Vlasic over on the far side. Up the line that ball goes, and no one there wearing purple and white to get it. So the Maroons will come up with it, and then a shove down from behind by one of the Collinsville players to one of the Maroons will draw a whistle. I believe that might have been red. Nope, that was Will Martin. Excuse me. Ball in play. Collinsville takes over. Colpatelli at the midfield circle. Turns around, gives it to Ellsworth. Now back over to this side for Corzine. Corzine puts on a nice move to get around his defender. Puts the ball toward the middle, but one of the Belleville Maroon players is there to take care of it. And it'll be a Nick Corzine throw-in right at midfield. Throw-in comes in. Over the head of Tag Baker, who just came back into the game. Vlasic sends it back up into the offensive direction and then gets it right back off of his chest. Slows things down in the circle. He'll leave it for Ellsworth. Ellsworth moves it over to Tag Baker. Baker over to this side, threads the needle, trying to get the ball back to Baker. Nice try there by Colpatelli, and Baker sticks with it. Has that ball bank off of his ankles, and then it comes out front. Now we're going to have a whistle on the play, and they're going to whistle young Mr. Baker for a foul, and the Maroons will have a free kick, but it'll be from a few city blocks away from the goal being occupied by Logan Rader. So the Maroons will just keep it on the ground and move it up the old-fashioned way. Not before Corzine sends the ball out of bounds. $16 minutes to go here in this second half. Neither team could get one in the nets in the first half. Collinsville has found the back of the net twice here in the first 10 minutes of this second half. 41-53 mark. Maximum Lawrence picks up his first goal of the year, and then at the 50-38 mark, Ryan Null picks up his first goal of the year. Throw in comes in from Leffler for Belleville West. Ball at midfield. Maroons trying to go back and retreat. Tag Baker has the ball in his control. He's got a head of steam. He's going to try to slow it down, wait for some help. He finds it in the form of Will Martin. Martin's shot blocked out front by a defender for the Maroons, and then it's popped all the way back out. Far side sideline. Collinsville still with it. Shot into the box. Comes back out. Picked up there by Blake Goodman for the Maroons. Now Ellsworth gets it for Collinsville. Kahok's trying to keep it down in the offensive zone, and they'll be helped out a little bit by the Belleville defense. They'll send the ball back to Van Horn, and he'll send it back out toward midfield. But there's Nick Corzine with that header to send it on up to Tag Baker. Baker from the sideline sends it across to the middle, but that was just a little bit too far for Will Martin. And now the Maroons take over. Here's Ethan Ellis. Nice play there by Ellsworth to keep that ball from finding the foot of Sean Leary. And now another Leary opportunity here. He'll put it in the middle, but Collinsville is there to pick that ball off. Bounces off of a foot and comes right to Culpatelli. Culpatelli gets the ball right back after it bounces off one of the Maroon players. And Culpatelli with a head of steam and some players in front of him. Sends the ball up over on the far sideline. Chasing it down, Ryan Knoll. Knoll over there where they take the corner kick, trying to find some room. Instead, he'll send the ball back out now to Will Martin. Martin lost control of the ball. Collinsville trying to get it back in front of the box, but Martin's going to get called for a foul. And the Maroons will have a free kick from right at the top of the penalty box. Or the box. Not time for penalty boxes yet. Not yet. Blues open up their season 1 month from now. They are in town reporting for training camp. NFL season gets underway Thursday and then in earnest on Sunday. Here is Tag Baker after a couple of bodies collide. No whistles, and play keeps on going. Now that ball goes into the box, and then it's popped out. And is it going to go over the end line? Yes, it is. We are going to have another Collinsville corner kick. $12:50 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville up 2-0. Looking to even their record out at 2-2, which would subsequently drop the Maroons to 2-2. Clock got stopped again. I only lost 3 seconds that time, though. Now the referee talking to a couple of the players from each team. Tag Baker and Mitch Oplet with a conversation going on there with the referee. Back to action, corner kick, header, good! Off the corner kick, a beautiful header by Aiden Hensler, and Collinsville has a 3-0 lead. Well, they're coming in droves now. So Lawrence, Null, and Hensler have all scored for Collinsville here in the second half.
Collinsville Kahoks' third goal of the game scored by number 17, Aiden Hensler. Time of goal 67-32, Hensler.
So 3 goals here in the second half when we couldn't find a goal to be had in the first half. I was really honestly thinking this was going to be one of those games where it stayed 0-0 till like 5 minutes left to go, and then someone would get that goal that would just be a soul crusher. Here is Leffler with the throw in for Belleville West. The ball ends up off ahead, then onto the ground, and a turnaround shot, and Rader with the save. Nice try by Sean Leary, who had a little bit of wiggle room out there on that free right wing. And a beautiful save there by Logan Rader. Hugged that post the whole way, and that's where it came, and he was in the right place at the right time. Here comes Collinsville once again. Here is Knoll. He already has a goal. Comes in from that right wing over on the Kahok side. Takes a shot, runs into a tree. Another shot. This one goes wide past the near post. Well, you know those have to hurt when you turn around and you kick the ball and somebody's already got their foot in the way, and You kick that ball and it doesn't move an inch. Collinsville with another corner kick. That would be 6 here in this half. Each team with 2 in the first half. Last goal came off of a corner kick. Off of the head of Hensler. Corzine sends it. Off of a head again, but this time it'll find the feet of a couple of the Belleville West Maroons defensemen. Speaking of defensemen, here is Vlasic. He'll send it back over here to Corzine. Corzine sends it back into the box, and then it comes out front. Slowing it down there is Lawrence. Lawrence already has a goal. He gets taken off the play. A little rough out there all of a sudden. Here's a nice chase down by Mitchell Harris. And now Collinsville and Spencer Vlasic will send the ball all the way back to Logan Rader. Time is definitely on the side of the Kahawks with a 3-goal lead and coming up on 10 minutes to play here in this second half. Maroons, they have the ball at midfield. With it, it is Caden Hillier. Hillier over on the far side. I haven't really talked much about the Maroons players this second half because they really haven't had the ball much. Collinsville has controlled this second half offensively. All the plays been down to the left-hand side. There was a player exchange going on over there somewhere or another, but it's so far away with all the people there, I couldn't tell who's coming in for who. At midfield, Maroons come away with the ball. 9.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville up 3-0. And now over on the far side, throw in by the Maroons. Just got a message from Coach Hanger. Girls volleyball head coach, all 3 levels of Kahok volleyball lost tonight at Belleville West. The freshmen, the JV, and the varsity. So we'll forget about that one and move on and get ready to take on Belleville East here Thursday. Coming up on 8.5 to play. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville. Defending their third-place trophy from a year ago. And there's a shot for Belleville West that goes over everything and everybody. They will be in defense of that until they're done playing or until somebody else wins the third-place trophy. Back to action, and in midfield we go. Here's Lawrence. Pops the ball up. Nicely done. Null all the way over on that far side. Or excuse me, Frecker on the far side and lost control of the ball. Collinsville will try to get it back. They do so. Move the ball up to Redden. Redden over to Frecker again. Frecker right along that far side sideline. Kicks that ball off of the back of the head of one of the Belleville West defenders over there. Trying to pop it up into the box. Here's Redden. He has a little room from the right wing. He'll send it right through the box, and it comes out front. And the Maroons will take over, and they'll just send the ball out of bounds. Throw in coming from Corzine. And instead, Corzine will head off. Here is Alfred Lopez, who checks into the game for the first time. And he'll throw the ball in, right down to the ground, and stepping right in front of that ball was Daniel Richardson for the Maroons. Maroons controlling the ball, but they're doing so in their defensive end. Milo Hernandez comes into the game as well for Collinsville. Here is Ryan Leffler. Leffler moves the ball up, and Sean Leary tries to take it down, but he is handled there by Lopez. Collinsville intercepts. brings the ball back up, and that one's going to travel across the end line, and it'll be a goal kick restart here for Belleville West as we come up on the 6 minutes to play here in this second half. Back in action Thursday from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, girls volleyball action as they take on Belleville East. Then we'll be right back here in this very broadcast booth Friday night. Week number 2 showdown with the Triad Knights. Goal kick restart, handled once again by the defense, all the way out to midfield. 5.5 to go here in this second half. Opportunity here for Belleville West. Here is Goodman. Goodman on the right wing, just outside the box, trying to put on some moves to get rid of his defender. He does so, but that allows Collinsville to come in and take it away. Lopez got it out of harm's way for the Kahawks, but the Maroons get it right back. They come in, and a lob shot goes wide. And it'll be a corner kick coming up here for Belleville West. Their first here in this half. They had 2 in the first half. Can't tell, but I believe that's Colin Reeb all the way over there on the far side corner taking this kick. It's on the way. High, right in front, down, and Raider can't find it, and now it's going to be a bunch of bodies, and then the referee will blow his whistle and say that's against Belleville West, so Collinsville will catch a little bit of a break here. I don't think Loden Raider knew where that ball was for a minute. Got spun around, and for a moment he had his back to the play. Ball being popped up in the air a few times here. Now it comes down. Mitch Harris sends the ball up that far side sideline. Tag Baker with that head of steam, trying to work his way around a defender, and can't quite do so, but I think they're going to call Baker with a foul on there. There was a little clutching and grabbing going on by both players, but they called Tag Baker for the infraction, so it's going to be a free kick here for Belleville West, but from a very long distance away from the goal, occupied by Logan Raider. Makes it about halfway there, right at midfield. Nice job stopping it by the Maroons, and then the Maroons will work the ball up, and here comes Logan Raider, well out. He'll pick the ball up. The young man that was after that almost tripped over himself going past that ball. Raider sends it back out to midfield. Maroons send it right back to where it came from. Here is Caden Hillier. Hillier leaves it for a teammate over on the far side, and now coming in on the left side, a shot, and that one goes wide, barely, by Sean Leary, but they called it offsides anyway. 3 minutes to go here in this second half. The Maroons need a goal a minute in order just to tie it. Kahawks with a 3-0 lead and the ball. Colin Ogle into the game for the first time. Throw. Comes past midfield. And all the way up. Collinsville trying to generate some more offense. Ball comes in. The Maroons have it. 2 minutes to go here in this one. Throw in coming for the Maroons in front of the Kahok bench. Right at midfield. Maroons work the ball up. They have the numbers. They put the ball in play. Oh, and a nice dive and a slide by Logan Raider to get that ball before all those white jerseys could do anything with it. And there was a number of them coming, too. Here is Jaden Redden. Redden works the ball up past midfield, right down the middle of the field, and now over on the far side with a pass. Right in front of his bench. We're under 90 seconds to go here in this one. Collinsville will improve their record to 2-2, and the Maroons will drop to 2-2. Here comes Van Horn out. And he'll pick that one up. And by the time he puts this one back into play, we'll have about 60 seconds to go. Popped up at midfield. 1 minute. Ball all the way down, and chasing it is going to be Jared Ellsworth. Collinsville content to just kick it back and forth to one teammate to the next. Another player taken down. Maroons circling, 30 seconds to go. Far side sideline. Here comes Collinsville, and another player taken down. This time we do get the whistle. Collinsville will have a free kick from about 40 yards away. Here is Mitchell Harris. Well, he's going to give way now, and Collinsville's probably not even going to kick this ball. They will with a couple of seconds left, and that's going to do it. Final score, Kahawks win this one by a score of 3-0. Lawrence, Knoll, and Hensler all scoring their first goals of the year in this one, and the Kahawks improved to 2-2, while the Belleville West Maroons drop to 2-2. So each team now 2-2 on the year. That brings us into our post-game program brought to you by Cullip Jennings Florist. Cullip Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist, located at 517 West Clay Street. Can stop in for weekly specials. This week, how about some lilies? A dozen of them in a stylish vase, all for $30. If you would like more information on this year's special of the week, or this week's special of the week, call Cullip Jennings Florist. 344-0404 is their number, or online at cullipjennings.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collipp Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Collipp Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Collipp Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Collipp Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Collipp Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collipjennings.com.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their third year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald. And welcome you back into the Culp Jennings Flores post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one tonight by a score of 3-0, and assistant coach Matt Benway joining us now on the old post-game program. Oh, wins are nice. Home wins are even better, but I don't know. I kind of like these wins when you don't have any scoring going on in the second half, and then all of a sudden you come out, man, it's like boom, boom, boom. You guys are all over it.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how it went. We started off pretty shaky in the first half. It kind of looked like we were just waking up from a good night's sleep. We came out second half, and, we took it to them, and, we had some great shots, and luckily they hit the back of the net. Well,
you had, that's easier to do when it's just the fourth game of the year, but you had three guys who scored their first goals of the year in Lawrence, Null, and Hensler, so that's always nice to see these guys get their first goal.
Yeah, it's always a great feeling, and I know when they hit the locker room and everything, they're going to get a great pat on the back and a good congratulations, because for a lot of them, it's their first varsity goal ever. And it's a really good thing to see these guys now stepping up and taking that role on.
So what was the difference between the two halves? Because like you said, the first half, nobody could really get anything done. And then right off the bat here in the second half, you guys came out and it showed. Well, I can't say you didn't do anything in the first half. About the last 5 minutes of the first half, you could see the offense waking up and things were starting to get looking good and the ball movement was there. And then you guys picked it up right away in the second half and kept that routine up for the whole half.
Yeah, so I think the biggest change was we just told them, hey, play simple. In the first half, it looked like we were just trying to do a little bit too much. And when we got to the attacking zone, that kind of hit us hard, and we weren't able to create much. But, we told them to keep it simple. We told them to just play 1-2 touches. They started to figure that out, and the runs were there. And we were able to find our passes and get our chances to goal.
Logan Rader looked a little bit more comfortable out there tonight than he did in the first game that I saw, which was, back in week number 1 against Chatham Glenwood. So he's finally starting to feel a little bit more comfortable out there.
He is. He's really starting to step up as one of the leaders. His communication is very key back there because he can see the whole field as compared to everybody else. So he's really starting to take a good role here.
Good. All right, you guys got a day off, and then you have to go to O'Fallon High School. That's never an easy place to play.
Never an easy place, but it's going to be a fun one.
All right. Thanks a lot for the visit, sir. Appreciate it.
Always.
Matt Benway, one of the assistant coaches here for Collinsville. We'll take a break here on the Culp Jennings Flores post-game show. Wrap things up when we come back right after this on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Collinsville Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Collinsville Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Collinsville Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Collinsville Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collinsvillejennings.com.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Back one last time at Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke along with you as we wrap it up here. Collinsville wins 3-0. Goals by Maximus Lawrence, Ryan Knoll, and Aiden Hensler provided the difference for Collinsville tonight. They win 3-0. Our next live stream coming your way Thursday from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium as the Kahok volleyball team will return home and take on Belleville East before we return to this very location on Friday for week number 2 of the football season as Collinsville hosts Triad. A big thank you to Zach Roseman on the camera for me tonight. Another big thank you to Coach Rob Lugge, who spent some time with us on the pregame show, and Mr. Benway on the postgame show. Appreciate everyone's help. My name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday evening, everyone, have yourselves a fantastic night.